glass jars, warm lighting, and a whole lot of unwanted reflections. If you've ever shot a product like this, then you know. It's not about getting a beautiful image here, it's about managing everything that tries to ruin it for you. Now, this is a full breakdown of how I approach this honey jar shoot, from lighting and composition to post-processing and final exports. So we got the champion, the Xia Molus 500 on the right, set to 2700 Kelvin. We got no octabox, no diffusion, no grid. I wanted something harder this time around, a bit more directional light, with clearer structure in the shadows. On the left, I placed a tabletop reflector wide side facing the jars. It added just enough fill without creating new highlights. And behind the whole setup, a large gold reflector acted as the background. That gave me the warmth I needed without having to adjust in post. The whole setup was built to make the jars glow, not from the front, but from around and behind, and overall rounded. And with this lighting setup, I shot everything on the Fujifilm GFX 50R combined with the GF 110f2. That medium format look gives incredible depth and detail, but it will also demand your precision and focus. And I worked through a range of apertures, wide open at f2 when I wanted softness, and I stopped down to f11 when I needed a full product sharp from front to back. When you shoot products alone, you have to build everything yourself. There is no subject to interact with, so every decision becomes a creative one. I rotated jars, adjusted the labels, tested small shifts in height and distance. Even changing the jar's angle by a few degrees changed the entire feel of the shoot. Now, reflections were a big problem here. Every jar surface reflected something. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was the lighting setup itself. I kept the key light high and to the right. I used a wide reflector to bring up the shadows without adding more reflections. To separate the jar from the background, I used the Philips Hue as a rim light. It gave me a soft, warm edge highlight that helped define the shape without drawing too much attention. So once I had my selects, I moved everything into post. This is where the images really start to come together. Now, all of my base edits were done using DxO PhotoLab 9, which is the software I use for post-processing my product work. And one of the biggest reasons I use DxO is ownership. You buy it once, there's no subscriptions, no ongoing payments. It's simply yours, and it works exactly the way it should. Now, the best thing about DxO, and you're gonna love me about this, DxO is fast, it's consistent and stable. It never lags, and it's never crashed on me. And when you're working through a full session of high-resolution files, stability matters. It keeps you focused on the work, not on waiting, troubleshooting crashes, and so forth. I use it for global adjustment, exposure, color balance, contrast. It gives me a clean, flexible base that I can then take into Photoshop for finer retouching. Now, there's a link to DxO in the description below. If you want to try it out and own your software, use the code Kaizen15 for 15% off all of their products. So from there, I took my favorite frame into Photoshop. This was my hero jar. I had clean lighting, great shape, sharp across the surface. But zoomed in, of course, there was going to be issues. There were dust, uneven tones, tiny marks on the label, all small, all visible. I used the clone stamp, I healed it up, and I did a bit of dodge and burning and so forth. It took me time, but it made the image clean without feeling overprocessed. And once that was done, I isolated the jar and exported it as a transparent PNG. That gives me the flexible asset that I need that can be placed on any background or any layout, and the customer appreciated this a lot. Now, this wasn't a complex shoot, I can't say that, but it was deliberate. It came down to smart light placement, careful controlling of reflections, and clean post-processing. And that's what I love about product photography. Every part of the process matters, from what you see through the lens to what you build after the fact. Thank you for watching. Take care now.